Reader's Theater. This is a type of theater highlighting facial and vocal expression, rather than costumes, props, or sets. This kind of theater tonight will show our talented and expressive faculty and staff actors in The Man Who Rode the Tiger. This next presentation has had a personnel change. Mr. John Eversaw has kindly agreed on short notice to play the role of the tiger. This change resulted from an unfortunate accident to Mr. Tim Coble, who suffered severe injuries resulting from a fall during the Christmas break. Happily, and hopefully, and quickly, he is recovering very nicely in Glen Eagles Hospital. As a result, the actors in this theater would like to go ahead and dedicate this performance to Mr. Tim Coble with wishes for his speedy recovery. Ladies and gentlemen, The Man Who Rode the Tiger.
Tiger!
A folk tale from India.
In the forest near a small village, there once lived a tiger. A ferocious tiger! Who had terrified everyone in the district for years. But one night, there came a terrible storm.
Wilder than anyone had ever seen.
The thunder raged.
Boom! Boom! Oh! And the lightning felled all the trees in the forest.
Crash! Crash! Oh! Until finally, the tiger crept into the village, looking for shelter. Woe is me! But all he could find was a broken down shed built against the wall of a crumbling mud hut. Oh, protect me!
Meanwhile, inside the hut, an old woman was shouting angrily. Aye! Aye! Well, the roof was full of holes, and the rain was seeping through the cracks.
Oh, soaking my sleeping mats and putting out my fires!
She scurried about, trying to catch the rain in heavy clay pots.
There!
But as soon as she banged down one pot, a spout of water would fall from another hole in the roof.
Oh, why have you cursed me, holy prophet? This constant dripping is driving me mad!
The tiger heard her shouts and banging through the wall, and he became very frightened of a constant dripping. He had never seen or heard of a constant dripping. But it must be some kind of horrible monster, bigger and fiercer than any tiger ever was. Oh! With the storm raging outside the little shed, and the terrible sounds inside the hut, the tiger did not know whether it was wiser to go back to the forest or stay where he was.
If only the constant dripping doesn't find me here, I'll be safe.
While the tiger waited in the shed,
A man came along.
Where are you?
He was looking for his donkey, who'd been frightened by the storm and had run away.
crash! There was a sudden flash of lightning.
And the man saw an animal in the shed.
There you are, you miserable beast. I'll teach you to stray.
And he rushed into the shed, mistaking the animal for his donkey. He grabbed the tiger by one ear.
Ah!
old woman and has now captured me.
Then the man got on the tiger's back, still thinking in the darkness that the animal was his donkey, and rode him all the way home. When they reached the man's house,
Whoa!
he tied the tiger to a post and went inside to bed.
All that night, the tiger stood outside in the storm, shivering and thinking,
At least it's better being out here than being ridden by the constant dripping.
Now, the next morning, the man's wife got up early and came outside to look at the sky, which had finally cleared. Ah! The prophets preserve us! She shouted as she ran back into the house. Oh!
she rushed to get her husband.
Husband, you fool! Do you know what you brought home last night?
What?
The man, still tired from his search, was angry to be woken up so rudely.
Of course I do, you wretched woman. I rode home on a miserable donkey.
What kind of a donkey has stripes on its yellow back? You idiot of all men!
Take care, woman!
The man shouted, getting up and going to the door. But when he looked outside,
Yeah!
he slammed the door and fell flat on his face. His shouts frightened the tiger so badly that the poor beast pulled the post from the soft earth and ran into the forest.
Save me from the constant dripping!
The man would not get up until his wife convinced him that the tiger was gone.
But when the villagers saw the tiger running,
With the post tied to his neck, they questioned the man.
Well, I lost my donkey in the storm last night, so I rode home on the tiger.
the news,
The tiger?
You rode the tiger?
the news
Spread like fire.
This fearless man rides on tigers.
It was not long before the incredible news reached the king.
By Allah, is there truly a man in my kingdom who rides tigers?
And the king went to the village himself to learn the truth.
Good day, sire.
On pain of death, if you lie, tell me, did you ride the tiger?
Yes, sire. I swear by the prophet be it, I rode the tiger.
The king was so impressed that he had his architects,
Build this man a great house.
and he gave the man many bags of gold. Many bags of gold.
and the man and his wife would have lived contentedly ever after. Except for
National disaster! The king received word that the country to the north was sending a great army to invade his land.
Invade? What shall I do?
Then the king had a sudden thought.
Ah!
He signaled to a messenger and sent a fierce stallion, one that had never been ridden, to the man who rode on tigers with this message.
The king has rewarded your bravery with riches beyond your wildest dreams. Now you must ride like the wind on this horse to save his kingdom.
what am I going to do?
Said the man to his wife when they were alone.
Well, whatever the king commands, you ninny.
eventually landed on the horse's back.
But you're turned the wrong way.
It was true. The man was facing the horse's tail. He tried again, until at last he managed to sit in the right direction.
Quick, tie me to the horse before I fall off!
His wife rushed to find a rope and tied him to the horse.
By this time, the horse became frightened and started to run away.
Quick, wife! You forgot to tie my hands!
Just hold on to the horse's mane, my husband, and I'll be with you.
Shouted the man, holding on for dear life.
The horse ran at a furious pace across the country.
They went over the hill
And through the field.
to the very edge of the kingdom.
You're taking me straight into the enemy camp!
Trying to stop the wild horse, the man grabbed at a small tree. The ground was so soft that the tree came up by the roots.
When the enemy soldiers saw the man coming straight towards them at breakneck speed, they fell into a panic.
Oh, did you see that?
He pulled up a whole tree.
There's only one man in the kingdom who could do that.
The man who rides tigers. Run! Run for your lives!
Hearing the shouts, the horse stopped in its tracks so suddenly that the rope snapped.
And the man fell down on the ground. He got up with difficulty. With difficulty.
Good thing no one was around to see.
And when he recovered his breath, the man walked home,
It seemed the sensible thing to do.
leading the horse by its bridle.
Nothing on earth will ever get me on a horse again.
But when the people saw him coming, they shouted, "Look!"
What a wonderful man.
He defeated the enemy single-handedly.
And now, instead of showing off by riding his wild horse,
He returns in great modesty, walking like the most ordinary man in the land.
what a wonderful man. The man held up his hands to quiet them and said,
Thank you, kind friends. But now hear my oath. I swear by the prophet never again to accept another adventure when there are no new worlds to conquer. Surely it is time to retire.
and the man
And his wife
lived happily ever after. And never again was known to ride a horse.
Or a tiger.
The man who rode a tiger.